how I avoided ever getting raided, ever getting set up, none of that. How I was in the game a dime and never got raided. When I mean I never got raided, meaning they ain't never raided me and caught me with nothing. I've been in a couple raids, but I ain't never been caught with nothing. This is how I avoided a lot of police interaction. All right. When I first started selling, you know what I'm saying, you're very naive, but I had a lot of help because I had cousins that was already in the game. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, people putting dope in their sock and change pocket, like crazy hiding spots, right? I had this cousin that was already in the game, and he used to sell crack for a lot of other different people. Like back in the 90s, people would give you 300 pack or 500 pack. If you were in school, they give you 300 pack, you keep 100, you give them back 200. They give you a 5 pack, you give them 3, you get to keep 2. Now I ain't never get to do that with nobody, but my cousins and them, they were doing that, right? So one day we from the west, so we go to the east with it, and we hit in Lexington. One day we walking back to the west, and he says, my cousin turned to me, he says, "Hey man, you need to put your shit in the crack of your ass, not in your ass." Now, when he said that, I'm dying laughing. I'm on the floor. I'm like, what? They put it where? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? He said, no. He said, look, the New York cats that he used to hustle for, they taught him, they was like, hey, you need to put this shit in the crack of your ass. You see what I'm saying? But not in your asshole. He said, because on the pat down, the police ain't gonna feel it, and you know what I'm saying, you get to go. And I'm like, what? That doesn't sound crazy. It's like it's gonna fall out. He says, now there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it, and it's, you know what I'm saying, I don't really want to get into that. Well, I mean, I could, but there's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it. So he taught me right there. He was like, man, you need to put it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, right there. He like, you know what I'm saying, woo, woo, woo. So I'm laughing. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So it's crazy because we walking, and when they hand did, I'm like, all right. I said, man, I feel funny. I feel that shit. I feel it. He said, hey man, look, you can run, jump, swim, anything. It ain't coming out of there, bro. I'm telling you. I'm like, all right. So I did it. So we walking back to the west, and lo and behold, woo, police surround us. It's like 4 of us. They run up on us. What you got? What's going on? Now I'm keeping it 100. This is back when they was dirty detectives. I mean, bruh, look, dirty detectives. I got stories about that too, but we'll do that at some other time. But so they run up on us, they pat us down, woo, 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 and they let us go. And he looked at me and said, see, I told you. I was like, oh, shit. From that day forward, that saved my life in many, many, many occasions. I mean, bruh, they will run down on us. I wouldn't eat like, what up? He ain't got nothing. He clean. Go. I'm like, nigga, I'm dirty down. But they would let us go. They never found it, right? So that is one thing that I had always had in my back pocket the whole time I was out there. Put it in your ass crack, bro. Don't put it under your nuts. That's some 1960 shit. I said I had so many homies get popped with having that shit under their nuts because they didn't want to put it in the crack of their ass. Hey, look. I'm trying to stay free. I ain't. So that was one way when it was on me. That's where I would put it, right? But at night, like when I'm done for the night, this is what I would do. I would go buy me a soda, a canned soda at the machine or wherever the fact, and I'd drink it or whatever, and then I would put the crack in the soda can and then crush it, and then we would either walk or drive through a good neighborhood, right? That wasn't in the process, and then I would just throw it in their yard. Yeah, I throw the can in their yard, right over their fence. Some people didn't have a fence. I put them in their little rock things they would have out there. But who's looking at a crushed can? You see what I'm saying? Especially when it's crushed, you thinking ain't nothing in it. You see what I'm saying? So I would make sure I would crush it. And I'm telling you, worked for years. When I wake up, whatever, get ready for the day, I just go get my pack. I never lost one pack like that. Never lost one pack like that. Now I would tell my cousin what I was doing. They like, man, you crazy, man. I ain't doing that. I'm like, hey, look, I ain't bringing no dope in no house I will ever lay down in. I ain't putting no dope in my mama's house. I ain't selling no dope at my mama's house. None of that. You see what I'm saying? And that helped me through years, right? Until obviously when I'm getting up into weight, when I got 4.5, 9 ounces of crack, there's no way a can is gonna hold 9 ounces of crack. You see what I'm saying? That's a lot of cans you're throwing around. So then you gotta go into safe houses and stuff like that. But that's where the chicks came in at. Any chick I was bunking, oh, she was working. Oh man, you can believe that. Any chick I was bunking, oh yeah. You whether she was in the game or not, oh yeah, the pack over there with you. Oh yeah, the pack over there with you. I ain't lose one pack like that either. You know what I'm saying? The women was more down than the men, what I found out when I was in the game. I had girls that was down for me. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. Way more down than dudes. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I could tell these stories now because I'm 20 plus years out. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to educate the ones that's out there still being stupid. Or I want to tell my story. You see what I'm saying? Because I believe it's definitely a story to tell. Because I ain't never see the inside of a penitentiary. Thank goodness. Now, I went to a penitentiary boot camp. You see what I'm saying? I got caught with some dope one time. Damn, that's crazy to say that. I only got caught with dope one time. That's crazy. And the time I got caught, I wouldn't have got caught, man. Look, that's another story, so I'm going to keep that shit. But no, matter of fact, no, fuck that. I'm telling you a story. Nigga, I'm driving with a motherfucker. Now, I ain't got no license. A dumbass move by me. Suspended license. We pass a cop in a cop car. He looking in. I'm like, the nigga don't know me. I don't know this nigga. He a rook. You know what I'm saying? And he don't know me. But he know the nigga I was with. He flip a bitch on us. I pull in the lot. I'm thinking, hey, nigga, my shit where it's supposed to be. I got suspended license. And anybody know about how the game go, on suspended license, they can or cannot arrest you for that. So I'm like, hey, if they arrest you and you ain't got no drug charges ever in your case, in your file or nothing like that, they don't strip search you. At least back in the day. I don't know how it work right now. Back in the day. So I was like, I'm cool. They ain't gonna strip search me. I'm gonna get in and get out, and I'm still have my pack. But the nigga with me, he was rolling a blunt. He had a bag of weed and he was rolling a blunt at the time. As soon as I stopped the car and parked, this nigga took off, running. Now I'm thinking, okay, cool. The nigga got his shit. I got my shit. I'm straight, so I ain't running. I'm Gucci. They was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? The nigga ran. We got to search his car. Woo, woo, woo. Go ahead, nigga. Ain't shit in this motherfucker. Go ahead. I'm sitting at the back of the car, standing up. All I hear is, bingo. I was like, what the fuck? Nigga, because we all know, if you in the game, you know what bingo mean. They just found something. I'm like, what the fuck? He raised up a blunt. You still don't know who was in the car? I was like, hell no, nigga, over a blunt. Nigga, fuck that blunt. No, I don't know who was in this motherfucker. I don't know who that nigga was. And nigga said, well, you know, now I'm finna take you down to the station. You can strip search, see if you got something else on you. Now I'm like, oh, ain't this a bitch? Ain't this a bitch? You know what I'm saying? So that's when they hit me. I got a 16th on me. I probably got 2 of them. Cause when they went to the station, now fair time back in my city back in that day, you had to have 3.5 or 4 grams, and then it was fed. I had 3.2. I had 3.2. I think I had 2/16. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 1.6. I don't know if y'all in the game, but I had 2 teenagers on me. So I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm hit now. I'm crack. I'm like, all right, you know, money. I bond out. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, that's why I went to one of them penitentiary boot camps, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers shave your head, boy, all in your face, like in the military and shit. I'll get out of that shit. But yeah, man. So that's how I avoided a lot of bullshit. I never rode around with crack. You know what I'm saying? What I look like in my tricked out car, my Cutlasses, my Cadillacs, my Deltas, my 2 Deuces and the Dakotas, I had a whole bunch of cars. What I look like in my tricked out, because a lot of niggas in the hood, this is what happened to them. They was brought around in a tricked out car, smoking blunts, got motherfucking 4 ounces of crack. What? You didn't learn from the niggas in the 80s that was doing that shit? You see what I'm saying? The early 90s? So no, I never did that shit. I ain't get one car repo, none of that, because I wasn't with the shit. If you went, not if, when you seen me in my cars, you knew I ain't had shit on me, bro. I ain't had shit on me, bro. I might have, you know what I'm saying, a little quarter sack of weed, but it was where it was supposed to be. But I would never smoke in the car because, you know what I'm saying, I'm just transporting to get where I'm going and then smoke with some bitches or whatever. But ain't nowhere in the world you was going to run up on my colors, my deuce and a quarter. Oh, we got crack, we got weed, we got money, we got guns. What? You crazy to the motherfucker. I actually graduated from high school. I'm not stupid. But you would think niggas would have learned. But nigga, I'm telling you, just for number's sake, say we had 30 niggas in the hood. 25 of them niggas got caught with their cars just like that. Riding around dirty than a motherfucker. Look, not me, not the kid, you know what I'm saying? So I never had a car taken from me, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I avoided a lot of crap. I would learn from a lot of cats. I would learn, and it seemed like a lot of cats didn't learn. I was out there learning. So you just wasn't gonna catch me on no bullshit, no humbug, none of that. Selling out my mama's house, getting, what? Look, I didn't even fuck with crack houses until we was on the block hustling. So we didn't do that selling out, what they call them, trapping out of bandos and all that shit these niggas was doing later on. Nah, I wasn't with that shit, because the 80s niggas was, crack houses was getting kicked in left and right, woo, 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 woo. So it drew the 90s niggas. We was the 90s niggas, we was on the blocks. You see what I'm saying? That was a lot safer. You see what I'm saying? Because we know our motherfucking hood, nigga. I hit a lick. Nigga, I can see 360 degrees, nigga. If a car, a tree wasn't there from yesterday, nigga, what's up with this? You see what I'm saying? We know our perimeters. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't out there in the streets coked out like a lot of niggas. You see what I'm saying? Cracked out, coked out, whatever. And they say we get a lot of niggas paranoid. For me, weed made me pay attention. Weed made me pay attention. You see what I'm saying? And not for nothing. I didn't sell to a lot of white people. And I just didn't. Oh, you want something? You know this nigga? Oh, well, here, you do it. I ain't fucking with these niggas. You see what I'm saying? So I knew enough black and brown people to not have to do that. So I chose not to do that. And then as soon as I could, I stopped selling the dope fiends anyway and start selling to the niggas that I went to school with. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, that's how I avoided a lot of the bull crap of dealing with the police, because I just learned from the niggas who got dealt with. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what a lot of people did not do. They didn't learn, but I did. So tell you right now. So that's how I avoided a lot of dealings with the police out here. Whenever you in the game or anything like that, I believe that you need to pay attention to the people before you. How they get caught? How did they get successful? And I got some more stories. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of storytelling about this the 90s and my life in the game. You see what I'm saying? And I knew some successful people that made it out that was in the 70s doing the thing. And they lived to tell the story. So that's how I avoided it. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share.